This is the EZ E-Motion Neo Jumper EN663, and it's made by a Spanish company, so a company out of Spain that's been making bikes forever and is now entering into the electric bike space. And the really cool thing about this is it really just looks like an electric bike, or like a regular bike. It doesn't look like an electric bike when just looking at, there's no battery on the back. You don't see any big clunking thing in the middle here. It's built right into that down tube, but it's actually very accessible. You can see there's a key slot right there. You take this off, and the battery technology they've used is really great. There's Samsung cells, 36 volt, 9 amp hours. So, you know, that's pretty solid. That's the kind of run-of-the-mill for a high-end electric bike. It's lithium, and so they've actually got a 2-year warranty on that lithium-ion battery, and it's powering this 350 watt geared rear hub motor. So you're getting excellent torque, and that's going to help you if you're out on the trails. All pretty standard, but really pieced together so nicely. I mean, the bike looks beautiful, and I've got to say it rides just super, super well. I mean, it's only 48 pounds, this bike, so it's very light, and as you can see, it's got mid-frame and front fork suspension, both with lockouts. In fact, the front shock you can lock out from right up here on the handlebar. That switch right there, just boom, and it locks out, which is great. You don't have to mess around with it if you're on the trail. Down here, got a little lockout for that mid-frame shock. So, you know, gosh, I almost feel like just riding this bike without electric power feels very natural, and the weight is distributed evenly front to rear. That's something I always think about, because if you're on a mountain bike and you're trying to be nimble and maneuver and actually ride off-road, which this bike is fully capable of, you want to have sort of a natural weight distribution, and the center of gravity is relatively low because you've got the rear hub motor down there, and then again the battery sort of built right into the frame. So I've become a big fan of this bike. It's relatively expensive. You know, in the world of electric bikes, you're going to pay thousands of dollars, but with that battery warranty of 2 years, you're going to go pretty far. And I guess you kind of expect more than 2 years, maybe kind of in the 5-year range. Replacement battery is going to be around $500, but you shouldn't expect to have to do that for some time. And again, the way this company BH builds their bikes and sort of their legacy of building high quality stuff, this thing's going to last, and I think it can really take the abuse. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the computer console here with you. Try to get it. There we go. So it's super simple. There's just like this on switch, and then you can kind of dial it up. So there's no assist, which is just one tiny little bar there, and basically that allows you to pedal like a regular bike, and then if you want, use this super simple twist throttle here. You twist it, the bike goes. From there, you've got multiple modes of pedal assist. So we click it up. 1, you get Eco, 2, Standard, 3, Sport, 4, Boost. And so those are just varying degrees of how much force you're gonna be experiencing when you pedal. You've also got these nice hydraulic disc brakes, these nice oversized tires. You've got your trigger shifters here, 3 rings in the front, looks like 9 rings in the back, so 27 speed. I mean, it's just fully featured, and a nice off-road saddle. And again, my favorite parts of this bike is just the weight. It's only 48 pounds. The fact that it's full suspension, very few electric bikes provide that, and as someone with kind of like back and neck things, you know, I really need that when I'm out on the road, out on the trail, and this bike delivers. So I'm going to hop on and just show you how it rides, which is very well, and provides a lot of torque. Just do a quick U-turn here. There we go. So we've got kind of a little trail ahead of us. I'm going to start out in just sort of the standard pedal assist mode. Okay, here we go. Push in. So now I'm going to go ahead and demo the twist throttle, just to give you a sense of torque. I'm at the bottom of a hill on grass. It's not too steep or anything, but fired me up, no problem. The other thing I really like about this bike is the disc brakes. I mean, they work great. They're hydraulic, so super responsive. You can do them with just a couple fingers, front and rear. There, you see them? So that's it. I think I've covered most of the features. I think they've done a really good job with this bike. And even though it is at the upper end in terms of price for electric bikes out there, you really get a lot. You get a solid frame, a bike that's coming from a parent company, BH, that really knows how to make good stuff, and then just a great design. You know, I love that integrated battery. I love the torque-driven, the torque-sensing electric drive in the back, and it's got plenty of power to take you up those trails, and the shocks really help you handle that off-road setting. For the full write-up and more pictures and information, check out ElectricBikeReview.com. Thanks.